service in them. Now I'm talking about things like anger, sorrow, shame. I show it to them, and they hear it, and they don't have to take it home. Now I'm so happy of sorrow. Country music, it's sincere. Man sings a sad song, he knows it's sad.
Country legend Hank Williams gave us 11 #1 hits such as Lovesick Blues, Why Don't You Love Me, Hey Good Lookin'. But behind the music, there was a life filled with so many different ups and downs, alcohol abuse, infidelity, and he died at a very young age. He's a legend. He still influences musical performers in pop, rock, and country to this day. The new biopic is called I Saw the Light. It's in theaters tomorrow. Joining us right now is the man who takes on the role of Hank, actor Tom Hiddleston. You know him from movies like Thor. I think that's a superhero movie or something like that. And writer-director Marc Abraham. Now, I got to tell you guys, first of all, congratulations on the film.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The opening shot, the opening scene where it's just Hank Williams, a stool, a little smoke, and a cappella, you're serving notice right there that this is not going to be a standard biopic, and you're doing your own singing there as well.
Yes, sir. That I am.
Pretty good. Mark, talk a little bit about that. I mean, I'm sure you guys had conversations about whether or not you do a combination of the lip syncing or maybe a little of both, and why did you decide just to have this guy go for it?
Well, I've always found that when musicals have lip syncing, and it takes me out of the picture a little bit. There have been some great ones that have not done that, so I can't say that. But for me, I just love the idea that we're not trying to mimic someone or just sort of do an imitation, but it becomes a soulful, emotional experience, which in fact that's what films are. And so from the very beginning, I never imagined that we would do anything but actually do the singing. Now, I didn't know we were going to end up with someone who could render it as well as Tom had. But
he doesn't sing as Loki very often, unless there's some outtakes I don't know about.
There may be some of those. I didn't see any of those.
I swapped my horns for a 10-gallon. That was it felt good. It was, but to Mark's point, it was one of those things where I felt like if I was gonna look like Hank and speak as Hank and express his emotional truth, I had to get up and perform those songs and communicate the power of those songs by my own investment of my own feelings.
And knowing what an icon Hank Williams is to this day, is that that you've got to feel a certain responsibility to his legacy and to this music that still lives on today.
Huge, and I felt a great duty to him, to his family, to all the keepers of the flame. He's inspired so many people. He's inspired Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen and Johnny Cash and Leonard Cohen and I think, and I felt a great responsibility to tell his truth and the contradiction between his charisma on stage, because people say he was electrifying, and his vulnerability at home. I think he was a very tortured soul.
And Mark, in telling this story, I mean, we have seen, this is the kind of the classic, iconic biopic about the troubled superstar, and you do a lot of interesting things like the black and white technique with the interview, which I thought was a very nice touch. How do you approach it as a filmmaker so that it doesn't just seem like the standard cookie-cutter biopic?
Well, I love that question, because actually I started with what I didn't want to do. And what I felt from the beginning was I didn't actually want to show Hank as a young boy, because I feel like, Richard, that's something we've seen so
looking through the window at the radio?
Exactly. Or being taught how to play the guitar by an African-American guy. Or, and I didn't want to show him writing his songs and trying to come up with some idea to explain this from a psychological aspect, why he was so great. Because I've never believed that, and I don't know how you actually show a scene where someone's creating. They never work for me in terms of art. So what it got down to was like to show the behind the man, the influences that actually drove those songs. And was the fire, the coal, the hot coals, and a lot of that had to do with the relationships between men and women, and a very young artist dealing with all these powerful women. And that's really the focus and something that I found the most fascinating about his life.
Absolutely, very well done. Got to ask you very quickly, you were in a show called The Night Manager with a character named Richard Roper, which I think is just a fantastic name. And there's a scene where your character...
I've been sitting there the whole time, I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
What is going to happen here.
Take you down.
Because that guy's nothing but trouble. And at the very, there's a scene in the series that people people haven't seen it, where you order a vodka martini. Is that a nod to possibly being James Bond?
No. I wish I could say it was. It's not. It's actually Hugh Laurie who plays Richard Roper. This is very surreal for me. So I played this character, Jonathan Pine, who is a former British soldier who then becomes a night manager of a hotel and finally a spy for MI6.
Right.
And he's trying to take down an international arms dealer called Richard Roper. Are you an international arms dealer,
I have
Richard?
no comment about that. This is all just a cover.
But actually, Hugh Laurie plays Roper, and Hugh's you know, when he orders a drink, he likes to order a vodka martini. And I think in that scene, I improvised that because I was trying to actually trick him by ordering a drink. But
something to talk about on the analyst couch. Thanks so much, gentlemen. We really appreciate it. Congratulations. Richard. I Saw the Light opens tomorrow. Coming up next on Good Day Chicago at 9, we're going to talk about the new Simple Servings program being offered to students with food allergies.